Not recording this.
Okay.
Are you recording right now?
Well, yes.
Yeah. No idea.
Okay, so back in the old haunt today, because we are in Oatley to go and check out bike shop. Because my mate Nick has just taken over management of Phoenix Cycles, and we're going to check it out. Here he is. What's going on, mate?
How much are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Do you want to walk us through the store?
Yeah, I'll walk you through the store and what the store's going to be. So at the moment, you can see that we've got accessories running to this wall. We've just designed a plan where we're going to have bikes running all the way to here. Mountain bikes and road bikes, so not just road bikes. We're going to have two of these, one full of road bike kit, one full of mountain bike kit. All these accessories will be moved over to this wall. All the bits and pieces that you need will be in here, a lot neater, probably a little bit wider. Fingers crossed, I'm going to get a glass cabinet here so I can put all like the Wahoos and Garmins and Barrows, all the expensive items. New SRAM grid sets. We've just signed with Orbea and Bianchi as official dealers, not just stockholders. This will be the accessories, tyres and pedal room. We've already started with our nice triple V wall, and slowly but surely every little thing's coming in. This will be full pro Shimano, bike fitting here, and yeah, little by little it'll start to look really neat.
Okay, so excuse the ambience of the bike shop / coffee shop, but here we are with Nick, and we are going to grill him on a few questions about managing the bike shop. And first off, with a real hard hitter, what's been going on?
Not much, been really knuckling down, focusing on this, getting this shop back up to scratch and getting it running, and you know, being fueled by coffee all the time. It's pretty damn good.
It's good fuel.
And you know, slightly hung up the road bike, just some health issues, but that's all good. And started some mountain biking. Turns out it's not a sport you can just jump into and be good at.
So in regards to the bike shop, it's always been a dream of mine to run a bike shop, and I think a lot of people would share the dream. Once you start riding bikes, you want to run a bike shop. So what would you say to someone maybe to put them off that? What's the biggest challenges that you've experienced?
Your passion gets pushed away for the love of it. Most people burn out and stop riding.
Yeah, right.
That's probably it. If you enjoy riding, don't be in a bike shop unless you know you're going to continue to enjoy it.
Okay.
That's probably the best thing to say, because a lot of riders who start bike shops burn out.
Why is that? It's counterintuitive. Like, you're surrounded by all the bikes. You can have the best bikes in the world. Why is it that you'd get burnout?
Because you're around them 24/7.
Right.
When you used to be able to separate it with work.
Right. So.
But when your work becomes bikes,
transitions from being a hobby.
When you push your hobby to being your career, and you're not 100% on board with making sure you're going to ride, it gets counterproductive.
All right, well, let's move on from the Debbie Downer then. Let's go to what's the greatest success that you've experienced, or successes? What's like your feather in your cap kind of thing?
Being surrounded by bikes 24/7.
Mate, you just...
Hey, I didn't say I'm burnt out.
You can't have your cake and eat it too. Yeah, so
seeing what you've got in your plan, in your head, coming to fruition and actually working.
Yeah.
That's the greatest success, I reckon.
So it's funny because I would expect it to be something cycling related, but I think that's pretty transferable. Like, I can relate to that in my industry. So Yeah, cool. All right, so my dad was a small business owner. He was an optometrist and he had an optometry practice, and he said online was killing his business. How do you see an LBS fitting into the current market when companies like Canyon are going full online direct to consumer? Why should I come to the local bike store to buy a bike?
Yeah, you come into a bike shop, you've got people who know what they're talking about most of the time. They're surrounded by it 24/7. They are passionate about it.
They've got burnout.
Big thing for COVID was burnout.
Yeah.
And they got the knowledge that they can offer.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you can't fix your bike on Google, can you?
Yeah. I mean, you got
Local bike
YouTube,
shops have mechanics.
but yeah, for sure, and the tools too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cost some more
And the know-how.
Yeah.
Like, there's only so much. We're actually thinking about getting a new service price up there, and it's a running joke at the moment, but it's called a YouTube mechanic price list.
Yeah. Well, how many YouTube mechanics would crack their frame because they don't have a torque wrench, or crack some carbon part, or thread a screw, or what's the biggest howler that you're seeing coming in here? Maybe we should leave that for the mechanic a bit later.
Let's leave that one for Brad.
Yeah. All right, so we got Brad here, and Brad is the mechanic of Phoenix Cycles, and I'm interrupting him working to ask him the two questions. So, Brad, the first one we have is, what is the biggest howler, the biggest cock up of a home bodge job that you've had to fix?
I would say probably like stripped frame, stripped bottom bracket.
Yeah, right. As in, someone's put it in
Someone's
and cross-threaded it? So that's a whole new bike, right?
9 times out of 10, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can save it.
Yeah.
We pretty much had to melt some brass into the frame and then recut it
Far out.
just to save the frame for it.
Okay, so I guess that's kind of touching on to the next one, which is what separates a good mechanic from a great mechanic? Knowing how to put brass in a bottom bracket.
Pretty much what would separate a good mechanic from a great mechanic, it comes down to experience.
Yeah.
Experience and training.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in the cycling industry, there's not a lot of training that is offered.
Yeah.
It's a lot of self-taught.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate to actually have professional training.
So what does that involve?
It's a little bit different these days. When I went through the training, I did it through the MTA.
Okay.
So from the motor trade side of things.
Yep.
Specifically designed towards push bikes.
Right.
It's a very similar course to what motorbike mechanics do.
Okay.
Obviously, differences there's electrics and motor. Didn't have to learn it, but it's pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was taught that. I was taught in a pretty high-end shop at the time.
Yep.
And then from there, just experience.
Sweet.
Obviously, more. Just because you're experienced doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a good mechanic, but it does help.
All right, there you have it. Stay off YouTube. Okay, so one of the de rigueur kind of terms is learnings, and we're not a wanker channel like that. But what's your biggest lesson so far?
Making sure this stuff you're getting in the shop is actually getting out of the shop.
Yeah, right.
Not collecting dust. So I go over what's sold in the shop previously. I find what's popular in the market at the moment. I look to brands I can do business with in certain items. I order it, I put it up. If it's here for a certain amount of time and it's collecting dust, it goes on discount.
Cool.
But so far, we've been selling stuff, so it's been good.
Yeah, nothing collects dust here, right? What separates a good mechanic from a great mechanic?
Have you ever seen the show MacGyver?
Nah.
Someone who can fix things on the spot with different parts that you never thought could fix things?
Mate, you're not that much older than me. Why are you watching MacGyver?
I don't know. You used to watch TV.
We listen to the same music. We're like 2 years apart, I think, max. Why are you watching MacGyver?
It's up 2 years, mate.
Far out.
MacGyver got a plane flying with just a rubber band and a pencil.
If he didn't, actually.
Brad got a trainer fixed for a friend of ours with a handmade cardboard shim.
Oh, yeah. What, like a turbo trainer?
See you guys. He
See you,
made
legend.
made the shim out of cardboard, and to this day, I believe the shim is still in that turbo trailer.
Yeah, right. So having the ability to
Think outside the box.
yeah.
To see what's going on. Someone who's actually done the proper training and doesn't just rock up and go, I'm a mechanic.
So
I've learned how to do things.
yeah.
People who watch YouTube and put it on their own YouTube channel.
Shut up. Yeah, fair cop. All right, I'll take that one. Okay, so we've got a new cyclist, someone brand new to the sport. They come into the store and they want to get into it. Let's say road cycling, not your commuter or your cruiser bikes. So they want to get into road cycling. What do you recommend? What do they need to get started?
A bike.
Yep.
Then you find out if they want to run cleats or not.
Yeah, what kind of bike though? Like, do you recommend them going to like a mid-range, or do you start them on a basic
Depending
one?
on who they are.
Yeah.
Depending on what they want for it. If they want to start road cycling and looking at the potential of getting into racing in the future,
Yeah.
or if they just want to ride on group rides, or just do the coffee rides, or commute to and from work on a road bike.
Yeah. So just because you've got them on the wall over there, the Bianchi, you've got one for 1800.
Mhm.
That's got 7-speed Sora.
Yep.
Then you've got one for 3-ish K.
3.6.
3.6. What's that running?
I believe it's 105
That'd be mechanical, right?
mechanical.
Yeah. So what would you push them onto?
I'd push them onto,
Because Sora's good, but
if they want to follow the path of riding and they're not sure if they're going to get into it,
yeah.
105's the base. So I had a customer the other day come in, bought a bike from scratch.
This is what we like, an anecdote.
He goes, look, I'm getting into cycling. I'm going to start riding with my mates on the weekends and I want to start riding in the morning.
Yep.
He's looking at $1,000, $1,500 bikes. And I said, look, do you already ride and are you going to like it? He goes, yeah, I commute and I enjoy it. I'm like, okay, get a bike with Di2.
Yeah.
And he goes, why? And I said, because you're getting the top end gearing. All you're going to need to upgrade are the wheels and maybe the handlebars.
Yeah.
Because you've got the carbon frame, you've got the group set. The next thing people upgrade are the wheels, and then the handlebars,
Yeah.
and then the kit.
All right, so you talked about Bianchi. You're also, you've come in here, you've pulled in a bunch of new brands. What are you running and why?
Bianchi,
Yep.
dream bike, dream brand.
Yeah, hard.
Thanks, Dad. Orbea, pretty much a brand that has come out of the woodworks really well in the mountain biking, always been known for the road. Come out of the woodworks in the mountain biking, it's come out hard and strong, and they're doing some really good e-bikes and dual suspension bikes now.
Right.
And I want to get on board with that.
Yeah.
Because you rock up to a road bike event, no offense, there's like 100 people. You rock up to a mountain bike event, there's 300 kids and their parents all riding.
Yeah.
It's, you want to get in the mountain bike
So that's a burgeoning market.
at the moment.
Fair enough. And Avanti, why are we on Avanti? What's the case for Avanti?
So
Avanti.
Avanti are Australian New Zealand brand. They have pretty much had a reboot in their designs and everything, and they're really good. You pretty much mistake them for a Scot.
Yeah.
And everything they offer is top notch. Their service and everything, and you'd be an idiot not to go ahead with them. Yes, they're not a real well-known brand, but I have a feeling that they are going to be. They used to sponsor one of the best road bike teams. I've ridden a few Avantis.
Yep.
Never had an issue with it.
Last question. Dream bike build. Money. No issue.
Dream bike build, money, no issue.
No issue.
All right, well, dream bike
Yep.
is a original Bianchi Pista.
Okay.
Original. Everything on it, original. It's a track bike.
Yeah.
Just, you can't get them. That's the ultimate dream bike.
Yeah.
The dream build bike.
Yeah.
Let's go into
That's what we want.
2023, 2024.
Yeah.
So either the Bianchi Ultra frame or the new Specialisma frame with Durace 12-speed with Caden 65s
Okay.
wheels. Caden
Shout out to Caden Wheels.
Yeah.
We love Caden Wheels.
Caden rotors. SRM crank running at 170, running a 54 at the front and a 32 or a 34 at the rear in the Durace. Zip Sprint SL stem with the Envy aero bars, and then a saddle that fits me. That would be the dream build.
Tubeless, not tubeless.
Non-tubeless, running GP 5000.
Okay, and how much do we want this bike to weigh? What's the goal?
This bike, hopefully, 7.5 max.
There it is. We put my bike on the scales before, and it is about 7.8. So it's a pretty light bike. Pretty light.
Focus blew my mind. How
Yeah.
light that was.
Yeah.
7.14.
Yeah. All right. Sweet, Nick.
Done.
Appreciate your time.
I better get back to work.
Phoenix Cycles in Oatley. They do coffee, and it's not bad. Ripper. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed the video. Nick enjoyed doing it so much that he's offered me a service at Phoenix to do a bit of a review of the workshop and give you a bit of a heads up about how they work. So there will be a follow-up to this video, and next video is going to be a bit of a tearjerker, a bit of an emotional one. So prep yourself. There may be some trigger stuff because it's going to be going through my journey into cycling. So why am I so passionate about cycling? Where did that develop? Thank you so much for watching again. If you could please subscribe, and if you have any future ideas for videos, happy to hear them. Chuck them in the comment section. And yeah, if you could give this one a big thumbs up, that would be great because it took a lot of work. Anyway, thanks. Boom, yeah.